Get rid of deep fat.
A lot of us want to get rid of intra-abdominal fat, what we call the deep fat. The biggest issue, you could argue, is obesity. The greater causes of death are things that we can actually control. And again, obesity is probably the biggest one. We're not making something new here. We're mobilizing something that was already part of our bodies for as far back as we know. It's a combination of everything, and we have the science behind it. That's my job. That's what I try and do. To control your health with some simple things, feel better, have a better quality of life. How huge is that? What if there was a lethal problem lurking deep inside your belly and you didn't even know it? This is why doctors like myself are so worried about one skyrocketing health issue: deep fat. Deep fat now affects an estimated 10 to 20% of Americans and can lead to cirrhosis, when scar tissue corrodes your liver and causes you pain, sickness, or even death. And you're at increased risk of this health hazard if you have gained extra weight, are diabetic or pre-diabetic, or consume excess alcohol. Fortunately, researchers may have made a game-changing discovery that could not only stop, but actually reverse the damage caused by organ fat buildup. This discovery has even been shown to lead to a flatter belly, more energy, and a longer, healthier life. It's going to change everything we know about health, and I've made this video to tell you about it. My name is Dr. Rand McClain, and I'm a physician based in Santa Monica, California. And lately, I've been focused on one of the most important questions in all of health. Ready? Here goes. Why does virtually every diet fail? It isn't because the people on them don't stick to them. In fact, some of those diets wouldn't work no matter how long you stayed on them. Give up? The answer is that most so-called fitness experts know absolutely nothing about actual human biology. Many of these folks mean well, but they just don't understand how your body works on a cellular level. For example, have you ever seen a product advertised that claims to eliminate fat cells? Sounds great. There's only one problem. As a doctor who specializes in cellular health, I can tell you it is impossible for adults to eliminate fat cells. You see, starting around age 20, you have virtually the exact same number of fat cells the rest of your life. This number is programmed into your body in childhood, and the number never changes. The actual reason people gain fat mass, commonly referred to as weight, is because these fat cells get bigger. When fat cells get bigger, it not only alters your appearance, it can have major health consequences. And there's one form of fat that isn't just dangerous, it can be lethal. In fact, I've dedicated a good portion of my career to fighting it. It's the evil deep fat I mentioned before. Deep fat is the fat that builds up underneath your skin and around your organs. If you have an unsightly abdominal bulge, that is a key sign of deep fat. But this isn't just an appearance issue. Researchers at Harvard, Johns Hopkins Medical School, and others have recently warned that this visceral fat leads to heart attacks and even early death. This is what Harvard Medical School, the top medical school in the country, had to say about deep fat. Quote, "At one time, we might have accepted these changes as an inevitable fact of aging, but we've now been put on notice that as our waistlines grow, so do our health risks." Worst of all, deep fat can strike anybody. Even slender people sometimes have a dangerous deep fat buildup. And anyone who has a protruding belly may be at a far higher risk of having this lethal deep fat hiding deep in your body where you can't even see it. Fortunately, there's been a massive scientific discovery that could forever change the way we fight deep fat. A new enzyme has recently been discovered that not only stops the buildup of deep fat by converting this deep fat into energy. By activating this one specific enzyme in your cells, what some people are calling the master switch that controls all aging in your body, you could get faster metabolism, more energy, and decreased body fat, all of which are directly correlated to longer lifespan. Some are hailing this as a true game changer, because for the first time, a group of experts in cellular biology are using this technology to help in the field of weight management. And the most incredible thing is that clinical trials show it's not just possible, it actually works. This cellular secret is going to change everything we know about weight and health. That's why I made this video presentation. I'm going to tell you exactly how the cellular secret works and how some lucky people are already using it. If you've noticed dangerous fat building up around your belly and want to stay healthy for yourself and your family, you need to hear this. I'm also going to shatter 3 weight loss myths that almost everyone believes, even though they're 100% false. If you've ever tried any food diet, you most likely were given a piece of advice that not only didn't help you lose fat, it made you gain fat. And when it comes to exercise, well, that's the source of the biggest myth of all. I'm going to tell you the secret truth about all 3 of these weight loss myths, and when you see how you've been lied to by the food and health industry, you're going to be flat out shocked, just like I was. But before I reveal the truth about fat, let me tell you who I am and why this is so important to me. My name is Dr. Rand McClain. I'm considered by some as one of the top regenerative medicine doctors in Los Angeles. My patients include many professional athletes and high net worth individuals, people you know by name. But the reason everyone is talking about this breakthrough presentation is that I'm not a weight loss expert, and I don't claim to be. It's true that I've worked with many celebrities, helping them achieve the body and the appearance they need to look their best and have long, successful careers. However, this is not a weight loss video. In fact, I can't stand weight loss videos. Some of these videos make my job more difficult because they're so misleading. They're made by people, sometimes very nice, well-meaning people, who just don't have any education in biological health. And they give advice that is not backed up by science. So no, I'm not a weight loss guru. What I am is a serious doctor who cares about getting my patients stronger, more fit, and living longer. And I do this using cutting-edge therapies and proven science. Now, can eliminating deep fat make my patients look better? Yes, sometimes dramatically so, but that's not my primary goal. My goal is helping people live healthier and longer, not with more diet or exercise, but by fighting deep fat on the cellular level. And I'm going to tell you my cellular secret in this video, because it's a secret anybody can use, and you can do it right from your own home. Again, I want to make clear, this is not a weight loss video. There'll be no exercise tips or diet ideas. I'm not trying to sell you a set of DVDs you'll never watch or a book on time-consuming recipes you'll never read. I won't tell you 5 foods that burn fat or 1 special exercise to get slim. Again, in my medical opinion, that's all hogwash. There's only one way to attack dangerous deep fat on the cellular level. And when I discovered what that secret was, it changed everything for me. But the biggest surprise came when my partners and I discovered a way to activate this cellular switch without the need for doctors, surgeries, or injections. The secret turned out to be something anybody can do, and it takes less than 2 minutes a day. In my medical opinion, this one thing might be the most innovative method for eliminating body fat. As word of this video spreads, several of my colleagues have asked me, why are you on a mission to get this secret to the public? To me, the answer is simple. At this point in our careers, we've been very blessed with a great deal of success, and our clients include some very affluent folks, people who can afford expensive therapies. But our goal has always been to improve the health and longevity of all Americans, not just the very rich. Now, thanks to this shocking new discovery, the day is here. That's why I made this video, to spread news of this technique to everyone in America who has been frustrated by countless fad diets that don't work for them, and to the millions of people who just want to get healthy and live longer, for themselves and for their loved ones. Deep fat, in my opinion and that of other doctors and medical researchers, is one of the most deadly threats to the health of Americans. And given what I know about fighting it, I consider it my medical duty to share this knowledge with every single person I can. But to understand how this cellular secret works, I first need to shatter 3 myths about weight and health. Warning, this is going to be controversial. Some people who are furious that my partners and I, doctors who were never involved in the weight loss industry before, have jumped into the fray and shattered the false myths that people have been force-fed for years. Think about all the people who have a stranglehold on the diet industry, the TV health gurus, the book and magazine publishers, the exercise video producers, and most importantly, the so-called health food corporations. For the last 30 years, these so-called diet experts have had a monopoly on giving advice to Americans about weight and health. And what have they accomplished? In the last 30 years, the obesity rate has skyrocketed. A staggering 69% of American adults are now considered overweight. How is this possible? How can Americans be gaining so much weight when there are so many new gyms, so much health food, and so much diet advice in magazines and TV? Well, here's the unfortunate but truthful answer. Some of this diet advice hasn't just been bad, it's been horrible. And the result has been that Americans have gained weight, not lost it. This really chaps my rear end, especially when I think about the good people who have worked hard to lose fat and then blame themselves when a diet didn't work. People who just want to get healthy so they can live a long, happy life with the loved ones who rely on them. If you've ever gotten bad diet advice, you know how frustrating it can be. Sometimes it just makes you feel like giving up. Well, I'm here to tell you, if you're someone who has struggled with any of these diets, it was not your fault. And giving up on your health, giving up on being happy and confident, giving up on your loved ones? As a doctor, I will do everything in my power to never let that happen. That's why this video is so important. The incredible information you're about to hear is based on new, cutting-edge science, not old ideas that were disproven years ago. And this method works specifically because of how radically different it is than anything people have tried before. If you care about looking better, feeling healthier, and living longer, you need to keep watching. So let's not wait any longer. These are the 3 secret truths about weight. Secret truth number 1. It is virtually impossible to eliminate fat cells. I said it before, but it's so important I need to correct this myth once and for all. Most excess fat is stored in what are known as white fat cells. And most people have the exact same number of white fat cells their entire adult life, no matter what they do. This fat cell number is formed in childhood and adolescence and is determined by your genetics and how much you eat as a child. Anybody who tells you you can eliminate fat cells as an adult knows nothing about science. We know this is true thanks to a number of studies, most importantly the incredible work conducted by Dr. Kirsten Spalding of the world-renowned Karolinska Institute in Sweden. Here, a team of international researchers, hoping to better understand the obesity epidemic, began carefully studying fat on the cellular level. What they discovered was a game changer in our understanding of fat. They analyzed the fat cells of 687 adults, teens, and children. Some of the people were lean, some were obese. What they learned is that while young people do experience increases in the amount of fat cells they have, in adulthood, the fat cell counts level off. They never change, even if you gain or lose weight. But here was the most amazing finding of the study. Spalding studied the fatty tissue of 20 people before and after they went through bariatric weight loss surgeries, such as a lap band or stomach stapling. These people had lost an average of over 120 pounds. But even so, they still had the same number of fat cells a year after the operation. How is that possible? Because researchers found the fat cells had decreased in size by about 1/3. In other words, even if you lose a massive amount of fat, it is only the size of your fat cells that changes, not the number. Why is this important? Because as these fat cells grow bigger and bigger, your health can be seriously endangered. Your only hope is to attack the size of these fat deposits at the cellular level. According to Dr. Lester Salins, an obesity researcher and emeritus professor at Mount Sinai School of Medicine in New York, this is a new way of looking at obesity. And Dr. Jeffrey S. Flyer, an obesity researcher and dean of Harvard Medical School, said this new research is so important it means there's a system waiting to be discovered. Now, get ready for another news flash about fat. Secret truth number 2. Eating nutritious food instead of junk food makes almost no difference in whether you gain or lose weight. I know, it's hard to believe. All your life you've heard vegetables will help you lose weight and fast food will make you gain weight. Well, here's what has been and always will be the truth. Vegetables are much better for you than fast food. They're packed with vitamins and nutrients your body needs. And fast food is packed mostly with sugar and salt, which can cause various problems when eaten in excess. But when it comes to the goal of simply losing fat, nutritional value is not the difference. Let me explain. The main method of losing fat through your diet is by reducing calories absorbed and stored in fat cells. If you can cut 200 calories a day from your diet, I can guarantee you will lose weight. It's simple physiology, and you won't have those extra calories to convert into fat. Now, 200 calories of celery are not exactly the same as 200 calories of a cheeseburger in terms of nutrition. And there is some difference in the way they are deposited in our cells. But calories are calories, and an excess causes them to be deposited as fat. To your body, the source of excess calories makes no difference. If that seems crazy, just think of this old riddle. What weighs more, 100 pounds of feathers or 100 pounds of rocks? Obviously, they both weigh the same, 100 pounds. You just need a lot more feathers to get to 100 pounds. Well, it works the same with calories. Just look at the pictures below and tell me, which plate contains more calories of food? The answer?
They have the exact same amount of calories. Exactly 200 calories each. But you can eat a lot more celery to get 200 calories than cheeseburgers. This amazing concept was proven in a now famous example called the Twinkie diet. You see, Mark Haub, a professor of nutrition at Kansas State University, was explaining this calories in, calories out fact to his students. But one student didn't believe him, so he decided to put his theory to the test. Mark stopped eating his normal healthy diet of lean meats, whole grains, and vegetables, and instead ate only Hostess and Little Debbie snacks, Doritos chips, sugary cereals, and Oreo cookies for 10 weeks. But he also lowered his total calorie count. Instead of eating 2,600 calories a day of healthy foods, he now ate 1,800 calories of junk food. The result? Mark lost 27 pounds in 10 weeks, eating nothing but junk. Some people were shocked by this outcome, but to doctors who understand how human cells work, this was not unexpected. Now, was Mark's diet a good idea? No, it wasn't. He lost weight, but if all you eat is cookies and cakes, you'll feel hungry all the time. Your body also needs better protein, nutrients, and minerals to prevent serious illness. And there's one thing sugar does that is horrible for your cells, and I'm going to tell you about it in a minute, because it directly relates to a massive discovery I told you about earlier, the discovery that has changed forever the way I look at human health. But before I tell you about it, I need to shatter what is probably the biggest weight loss myth of all. Secret truth number 3. Exercise alone has almost no impact on weight loss. But wait, don't people who exercise have slimmer bodies? Yes, sometimes. But again, aside from the type of exercise, it still all comes down to calories and how and where they are absorbed. Let's start with the basics. 30 minutes of certain types of exercise can burn about 300 calories stored in an average person's fat cells. Okay, so far so good. But after a half hour of exercise, you'll probably be a little hungry. Let's say you eat a low-fat bran muffin, a very healthy snack. Do you know how many calories can be in your typical bran muffin? 305. So if you worked out for 30 minutes, then ate a small muffin, you just added 5 calories to your day. And if you also have a sports drink, now you've added about 195 calories. How about skipping the muffin and sports drink and just having a Caesar salad? That's a whopping 890 calories. That means that even if you work out for a full hour before your salad, which burns 600 calories, you'll still end up with 290 more calories than if you just skip the salad and 1 hour workout. As you can see, unless you're an Olympic athlete like Michael Phelps, who burns a whopping 12,000 calories a day with intense swimming workouts, it is very difficult to use exercise alone to lose fat. And don't ever believe the calorie counts you see on the exercise equipment at the gym. As you may have guessed, some of those machines exaggerate the calorie burning totals on the screen just to make their machines more popular. As a doctor, I can tell you those digital calorie totals are remarkably imprecise, given the wide range of factors involved in determining your caloric output. Now, exercise is very important. It's been linked to improved health, reduced risk of disease, and even lowers your risk of dementia. But a fat loss staple? According to Dr. Eric Ravusin, professor at Pennington Biomedical Research Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, in general, exercise by itself is pretty useless for weight loss. And Dr. Todd Miller, professor in the Department of Exercise Science at George Washington University, said, "People don't understand that it's very difficult to exercise enough to lose weight. If that is why you're doing it, you're going to fail." As you can see, the scientific evidence is clear. Much of the conventional wisdom about weight loss is just plain wrong. Sure, some people do manage to lose fat over time, but they're doing the things I described above in conjunction with exercise. They're cutting a large amount of calories out of their diet, which many of us find very difficult to do without being really hungry all the time. Or they exercise rigorously for an hour or more, 5 to 6 days a week. But this is a massive time commitment that many folks, myself included, just can't do, especially if you're juggling work, family, and other obligations. It's no wonder that more and more Americans are gaining fat each and every year. Well, with terrible fat loss advice being the norm in our society, I'm not surprised these people are getting fatter. So I decided to do what nobody else has focused on before, and attack fat loss on the cellular level. This meant poring over decades of research, trying to find out if a cellular solution existed that could help people fight fat gain, particularly in the belly where dreaded deep fat builds up. And my research led me to one place, to a specific enzyme inside your cells. This enzyme is totally unique. Some people are even calling it the longevity enzyme. And the incredible enzyme everyone is talking about is called AMP activated protein kinase, or AMPK. AMPK is found in every cell in your body. It acts like an on-off switch. When it's on, it tells your body to convert fat into energy and repair damaged cells. When it's off, it tells your body to stop consuming energy and store fat. This is very important. You see, when your body stores too much fat inside each cell, it can lead to obesity and many related causes of death, including diabetes, heart disease, and even premature aging. And a failure to repair damaged cells can lead to dangerous mutations, including cancer. Because it is believed that more activated AMPK can help prevent all these things, it's sometimes called the master switch, which controls all aging in your body. So why would your body ever turn your AMPK off? Well, when you're young, you have plenty of AMPK activation. In fact, thanks to researchers at Wake Forest University, we now know that this AMPK activation is directly related to protection against obesity, inflammation, and insulin resistance. This low inflammation means kids rarely get sore joints, back pain, and aching muscles. When you're young, your AMPK enzymes are cranking out energy for your body to use. But as you get older, your AMPK levels decline. If you think the decline is because you're deficient in something, think again. Because the truth is, AMPK decline is linked to getting an excess of something. And in America, it's very common. Too much food. That's right, AMPK declines because our typical American diet forces too much junk into our cells. This process is called nutritional overload. Here's a good way to understand how this nutritional overload impacts your cells. Imagine you lay in bed all day, every day, and someone keeps bringing you food. Eventually, your body will stop functioning properly. Your muscles will get weak, and you'll gain way too much fat. Well, it turns out your cells work the same way. According to Dr. Coughlin at world-famous Boston University Medical School, when cells are overfed, the AMPK enzymes can't remove all the junk fast enough, so the cells lose function and AMPK declines. In fact, reduced AMPK signaling has been linked to all of the following: chronic inflammation, increased belly fat, high cholesterol and triglycerides, elevated blood sugar, insulin resistance. It turns out that declining AMPK is horrible for our cells and our bodies, and, as I previously mentioned, can lead to multiple serious ailments and even early death. But there's some very good news that goes along with this, because new research has shown that the reverse is also true. Elevated AMPK activation can have profound benefits, not just for healthy body weight, but for actually living longer. In fact, listen to the incredible study conducted just last year at UCLA's Molecular Institute of Biology, one of the top 5 research labs in the entire world. And it was here, last year, that UCLA professor David Walker did something groundbreaking. He activated this special AMPK enzyme in fruit flies, which researchers use in virtually all life extension experiments, because it is very difficult to improve lifespan in fruit flies. What happened when Dr. Walker activated the AMPK gene in fruit flies? AMPK-activated fruit flies lived for 8 weeks, over 30% longer than normal. He repeated the test over and over, blown away by the results. In fact, he activated AMPK in over 100,000 flies. They kept living longer, 30% longer than normal flies. Separate studies on mice produced even greater results. Mice taking an AMPK activator lived 39% longer than normal mice. Not only that, they were far healthier and had better body weight. Because it gets more interesting. Because next, researchers started looking at the effects of AMPK drugs on humans, and what they found was shocking. Last year, British researchers at Cardiff University realized that certain diabetes drugs may work by activating AMPK. So these researchers looked at a massive amount of data on diabetic patients, more than 180,000 people over the course of 10 years. They found that diabetes patients being treated with one AMPK activator not only live longer than other diabetic patients, but also live longer than the healthy control sample. You read that right. When diabetics took this AMPK activator, they lived 15% longer than healthy non-diabetics. What this means is, AMPK activation is not only useful to treat diabetes, it may be useful as a lifespan and health span extender for all people. According to Dr. J. Olshansky at the University of Chicago, if we can slow aging in humans, even by just a little bit, it would be monumental. People could be older and feel young. This would be one of the most important medical interventions in the modern era. The data is clear. AMPK activation could be the ultimate key to not just combating body fat, but actually improving quality of life and increasing human longevity, which are my primary goals as a doctor. In fact, the proof of AMPK activation is so compelling, this year something truly extraordinary happened. The FDA has commissioned a massive 5-year study called TAME, which will study the health and longevity benefits of one of these AMPK activators. This study, I feel, and I am not alone, is going to be the study that finally breaks through the barrier and proves once and for all that obesity, disease, and general health must be attacked at the source, on the cellular level. There's only one problem. This study is going to take 5 years to complete. Also, it will cost over $50 million to recruit and track 3,000 people for 5 years. Currently, funding has not been secured. Additionally, these AMPK activating drugs are very expensive, often not covered by insurance, only available by prescription, and require doctor supervision. This got me thinking, what naturally occurring compounds exist that could also increase AMPK and are available now? I knew that there were compounds that studies had shown to work via similar pathways. However, probably because this science is so new, no one had ever combined several of these AMPK boosting compounds before. So I set out to create a true AMPK activating formula, one that was safe and effective, one that could be used by everyone, not just the very rich. And most importantly, one that people will not have to wait 5 or more years for. For many months, we tested dozens of nutrients, vitamins, and chemicals. Only a handful of these ingredients had any impact on AMPK, and even they fell short of my goals. Then I became aware of an ingredient called berberine. Berberine is a botanical alkaloid found in the roots of rare plants like the Amur cork tree. I learned about berberine because it had been shown to have very positive results in 2 specific areas: fat loss and longevity. Obviously, this made me think, could berberine be activating AMPK? Here at LCR Health, we immediately began to scour the research, including over 2,800 studies on berberine. After analyzing all this data, we made a shocking discovery. Not only did we discover that berberine conclusively activates AMPK, berberine is actually one of the most powerful AMPK activators ever studied. According to David E. James, one of the world's foremost authorities on berberine, the present data indicate that AMPK is a major intermediate in facilitating the beneficial effects of berberine. These effects are likely manifest both as short and long-term effects. In fact, berberine was found to produce rapid activation of AMPK in several cell lines in vitro. And once we had berberine, the breakthroughs began coming fast and furious. We stumbled onto a second AMPK activator called gynostemma. Gynostemma pentaphyllum is a distant relative to the cucumber but does not yield fruit. It's found mainly in Asia. However, we found that when the extract is synthesized from this plant, it had even greater benefits than berberine, particularly on the target of all my research, deep fat. In one landmark study, 200 milligrams of gynostemma produced some staggering results in mice. 10.3% reduction of deep fat, 8.1% decrease in body weight gain, 15.5% reduction in abdominal lining fat, 18.8% reduction in liver weight, 14.2% reduction in blood cholesterol. When I saw this, I was blown away. There was an almost immediate reduction of deep fat, liver weight, and abdominal fat lining. It was like the AMPK activator gynostemma had started cleaning out the dangerous deep fat that lurks under the skin and surrounds the organs. But the results of gynostemma on humans was even greater. In a study of 80 obese people, gynostemma was found to reduce abdominal fat so much that users lost an average of over 3 inches around their waist after just 12 weeks of gynostemma use. At this point, we already felt we had a major health breakthrough on our hands. But when we found a third AMPK activator, the most jaw-dropping ingredient of all, we knew we had a real game changer on our hands. And before long, we found the exact proportions of these ingredients needed to create a powerful, 3-pronged AMPK activating formula, a formula that finally fulfilled my goal, a health product designed to combat weight and deep fat on the cellular level. The result, I believe, is the world's greatest AMPK booster ever created. We've called it Active PK. Active PK is the first formula ever created that combines these 3 potent ingredients and contains gynostemma, which I call the deep fat destroyer. These ingredients work synergistically, meaning that combined, they have a far greater impact than each individual ingredient does by itself. Up until now, getting these 3 compounds in a laboratory-grade quality that allows you to actually notice an effect was nearly impossible. However, now you can get them all in one place. And best of all, there is no need for injections. Active PK is 100% ingestible. Just 2 pills a day is all you need to experience the benefits of increased AMPK activation. And to confirm the power of Active PK, we did something else that most of these so-called diet gurus never do. We actually tested this formula on a group of actual users to measure the results. We conducted user groups beginning in January of 2016. Our hope was that we would start seeing user results within the first few months. But what happened next surprised even us. People started feeling changes within days. After just 2 weeks of using Active PK, early users reported all of the following. 95% reported fewer cravings for unhealthy foods, 73% reported losing weight, 81% reported losing belly fat, and 95% had more overall energy than before. This was just after 2 weeks. And what truly amazed us was what happened when we tested our user group after 1 month. You see, after 4 weeks of use, the results of Active PK weren't just as good, they had gotten even more impressive. 100% had fewer cravings for unhealthy foods. 75% reported losing weight. 90% noticed a reduction in belly fat. 100% had more overall energy than before. In other words, these results weren't temporary. The benefits went deeper with every single week of use. When I saw these results, I was shocked. This is, quite simply, the most powerful formula we've ever tested. But it's not just about data and numbers. Listen to what actual Active PK users feel after 2 weeks of taking this breakthrough compound. I am losing weight and working on losing belly fat. If I can keep losing 2 pounds a week, which is what I've been doing, I will reach my goal in a couple of months. I enjoy the energy I have now. It truly gives me the feeling of being 10 years younger than I am. David K., age 57, from Brookfield, Wisconsin. And Tamara from Blaine, Washington said, "My enthusiasm is off the chart. My ability to work and exercise has easily tripled, and I feel more confident and interested in achieving my goals. My libido is up. I can rebound every morning no matter how hard I worked the day before. I find it easier to make good food choices and not overeat. I feel improved on all levels I can think of. I feel like the better me. I feel kinder and more attentive to people. Please tell me there are no hidden drugs in this. It feels too good to be true." Tamara Olson, age 55, Blaine, Washington. And David from Petaluma, California said, "Active PK is amazing. This stuff is the best supplement I've ever taken." David M., age 52, Petaluma, California. When I read these comments and the hundreds of others that are already pouring in for this incredible new formula, it really makes me proud that we never gave up on finding a cellular solution. The secret is in the unique blend of 3 powerful ingredients that have been proven to transform your health and body. I already told you about berberine. The studies done on this plant extract are absolutely incredible. In a 2009 study on rats, AMPK activation triggered by berberine caused substantial improvement in deep organ fat. This was followed in 2011 by a randomized controlled trial of 60 humans. By tracking numerous biomarkers, researchers found that 3 months of berberine didn't just improve health. Liver ultrasounds of the study participants showed a 70% improvement. That's right, an incredible 70% improvement in liver health. But Active PK is more than just berberine. Our formula also includes the most powerful bioflavonoid on the planet, the special third ingredient I told you about, quercetin. Quercetin is found in plants and some foods, most notably onions and garlic, which is the one reason doctors now believe those foods are so good for your health. But researchers now believe quercetin is involved in activating AMPK, and that has led to some truly exceptional results. In one very large study of 805 people aged 65 to 84 years, those with the highest quercetin and other flavonoid intake were 68% less likely to die from coronary heart disease than those with the lowest intake. A similar study found a reduction in death rates from all causes of 24% for men and 31% for women. This study was conducted on 5,100 people for over 20 years, and as you can see, the results were profound. If quercetin can improve people's health in this way, just think about what it can mean for you. It could mean more time to spend with people you care about, more days, months, and years of precious memories, and not years of sickness and aching bodies. Imagine having a strong, healthy body and mind to enjoy in the golden years of your life. Imagine having an extra 10 to 12 healthy years to play with your kids and grandkids. Imagine being able to live long enough to see the technology that the future holds, and living long enough to actually use the medical technology of the future. Technology that no doubt will extend lifespan even more. This is not a dream. It is obvious that every year medical technology advances exponentially. For those lucky enough to be alive in the years to come, the health rewards could be endless. Even just an extra 1 to 5 years could allow you to take advantage of a breakthrough that could extend your life indefinitely. Quercetin has also shown a powerful effect on reducing sickness. In one 2007 study, a group of patients were given either quercetin or a placebo. That year, 45% of the placebo patients got sick from an upper respiratory tract infection, but only 5% of the quercetin patients got sick. That's right, quercetin made people 9 times less likely to become sick from sinus infections and common colds. Clearly, the power of AMPK, which I like to say supercharges every cell in your body, produces an entire spectrum of physical benefits. And when we combine berberine and quercetin with the deep fat destroyer I told you about, gynostemma, that's when we really started to see amazing results. The majority of users experienced less belly fat, less fatigue, fewer cravings for carbs, sweets, and salty foods. 73% lost weight in just 2 weeks. 95% said their bodies felt healthier and stronger, and that they felt full faster than before. And after just 1 month of use, an amazing 96% of users felt active PK could help them live longer. If we can reduce belly fat and dreaded deep fat, this could be a monumental step forward in the way we combat obesity in America. And it's not just about appearance. I'm involved in this field to help people not just live better, but live longer, which is why I believe Active PK is the most potent AMPK activator available anywhere. At this time, I should point out that Active PK is not for everyone. If you're severely underweight, you may actually be suffering from lack of robust fat cell size and therefore should not take Active PK. But if you have noticed extra weight around your waist, less energy, and worst of all, a protruding belly, Active PK was designed for you. And what makes it so different from any other health tool out there, Active PK is the first product ever created to fight deep fat at the cellular level. Nobody's ever used these 3 high-tech AMPK activating ingredients to make people healthier and look better. Now, let me be very clear. While the effects of berberine, quercetin, and gynostemma have been studied for years now, the discovery of how they boost AMPK activation is very recent. As such, there is no conclusive evidence, as of now, that boosting AMPK can prevent, treat, or cure any type of disease whatsoever, nor would I ever claim that it does. It's simply too soon to know. In fact, by federal law, no vitamin or supplement can claim to treat or cure any disease or illness, and I am making no such claims. That being said, Dr. Gordon Lithgow, one of the world's most famous geneticists, has said, if you target an aging process and you slow down aging, then you slow down all the diseases and pathology of aging as well. That's revolutionary. That's never happened before. And renowned Yale professor Dr. Lawrence H. Young, MD, said this about his groundbreaking research into AMPK. AMPK is a critical regulator of cellular metabolism and plays an important role in diabetes, cancer, and vascular disease. Just think, as early as 10 years ago, researchers barely understood what AMPK was and how it functioned. And for the past several years, the benefits of AMPK activation could only be experienced by scientists in labs like Yale and UCLA with access to multi-million-dollar machines. Yet today, right now, regular people like you and I have access to one of the most incredible medical discoveries in human history. We are truly blessed. And when I tell you that, I'm not just speaking as a doctor. I'm speaking from experience as a patient.
Because I also use Active PK. I'm 55 years old, and while some guys my age are slowing down, I'm literally in the best shape of my life.
I lift more than I did when I was in college. I have more energy than I did 20 years ago. When I'm at work, I feel alert and clear-headed all day. For the first time in my life, I find it effortless to eat small portions without feeling hungry all day. I eat what I want, and when I look down, I don't see any belly. I love knowing my deep fat is at bay and my health is under my control.
And best of all, I have the energy and the motivation to spend my free time with my family and loved ones. I have 2 boys and a girl.
It means the world to me that I can go on hikes, play sports, and stay involved with my children's active lives each and every day. And because my MPK is activated at peak levels, I know I'll continue to enjoy these days to the fullest for years and years to come. What would it be worth to you to revitalize your body's AMPK levels? To achieve the body, the health, and the confidence you've always wanted? To regain the libido you had in your youth? To be as attractive, vibrant, and happy as you've always deserved to be? To me, feeling this way is what makes life worth living. On that note, I, along with my colleagues here at LCR Health, would like to invite you to try Active PK for yourself. When we are at the capacity to sell in stores, Active PK will retail for $89.95 for a 30-day supply. But because you found this video presentation, we'd like to invite you to try Active PK at a special rate for new customers only. Because we want as many people as possible to try Active PK and experience the benefits for themselves, we've decided that for those who purchase through this presentation only, and while supplies last, to allow you to try Active PK for just $46.99. You get an instant savings of over $40. Again, this offer is only available to new customers who get Active PK through this presentation and for the next 24 hours, or while supplies last. Update. Since Active PK launched in February 2016, we are proud to be on track to sell over 1 million bottles. According to our suppliers, Active PK has become the most popular AMPK booster in America. Why? The reason is simple. Our amazing customers. Our users tell us time and time again, our formulation is the only one that gives results you can feel. Because of this, 93% of people who try Active PK want to keep taking it. So, as our way of saying thank you for making us number one, we've created some special discount packages for you so you can stock up and save even more. When you invest in a 3-bottle package of Active PK today, you will pay only $39 per bottle. That's over half off the retail price, and we'll even give you free shipping. And when you invest in a family pack of 6, you'll save even more. Our special bottling system has been designed to keep your Active PK fresh for a minimum of 1 year on your shelf. So don't hesitate to stock up and save. However, because of the deep discounts we're offering, our multi-packs of Active PK typically sell out much faster than our single bottles. So, click on the link below now to see if they're still available. Again, this offer is only available to new customers who get Active PK through this presentation and only while supplies last. So if you're serious about your long-term health, it makes good sense to stock up now. When this first batch is sold out, we will remove this offer and Active PK will return to its regular price moving forward. Right now, you can pay just a few dollars a day to give yourself the gift of healthy, properly functioning AMPK levels that makes you look and feel great. You could see and feel a difference within days and wonder why you never felt so good before. Imagine waking up with more energy. No more feeling like your body is fighting against you. No more worrying about feeling run down and tired. Your cellular function feels heightened. You feel stronger, more productive, and more creative. That's what we designed Active PK to do for you. Oh, and it's also why my wife and I don't ever let a day go by without taking it ourselves. Many users report the real magic begins after 4 to 5 weeks. That's when your body truly starts to reflect the impact of increased AMPK activation. And no matter which package you buy, you're totally protected by our no questions asked 90-day money-back guarantee. We are so confident you will love Active PK and that you will feel noticeable improvements within just days of getting started, we'd like to invite you to take this challenge. Simply try Active PK for 90 days. If you don't notice you're feeling more energized, experiencing reduced belly fat, clearer thinking, and a stronger, healthier body, simply return the unused portion and we will refund every cent of your money. We'll even honor this challenge if you return the empty bottles. We feel you need to give it at least a month to work its full range of magic, so we want you to use it all. Here's how to get started. When you click on the button below, you'll be taken to our secure server, which is 128-bit SSL encrypted for your total security. If you see the Active PK package options, that means we still have some in supply and the deeply discounted package options are still available. Select the package that is right for you and then fill out the shipping and payment information on the next page. Your order will leave our distribution center within 24 hours or sometimes on the same day. Many ask me if there's a way to jumpstart the effects of Active PK, and my answer is it works quickly all on its own. However, if you regularly consume a nutritional overload of food, including sodas, sugars, or sweets, or if you smoke, drink heavily, are exposed to cleaning products or other toxins, studies show you may be damaging your AMPK levels even more. And I highly recommend you take 2 doses of active PK per day for your first 30 days to load up and restore your AMPK levels fast. So click on the button below and let's get started. Remember, you must act quickly as this new customer offer will not be around for long, so don't delay. There's no investment on the planet that gives you a bigger return than investing in your health. Now, before I let you go, do me one last favor. I want you to imagine what life will be like if you do nothing and simply let your AMPK levels decline. Your body will continue down the current path it is on. Deep fat will continue to accumulate deep inside you. You'll look down every morning and see your belly getting a little larger every day. You'll know that means lethal deep fat is lurking beneath your skin and corroding your vital organs. You might try diets that don't work, diets that leave you hungry. You'll feel frustrated and begin to think that losing weight is impossible. You might not like what you see in the mirror. And even worse, you'll worry that fat isn't just a problem with your appearance, it's actually harming you. Slowly. Worst of all, you'll realize the consequences of this weight gain aren't just about you. It's about your family and loved ones. The people who look to you, who rely on you, the people who would miss you if you're gone. These are the people who matter most. And gaining belly fat is a painful reminder that you're not only ignoring your own health, you may even be impacting the people you love. I dread this as much as you do, but for most people, these are the realities of aging. And if you do nothing, these things will happen. But now, imagine this, that instead of doing nothing, you take advantage of this incredible scientific breakthrough that our generation has access to. You make one simple change. You prevent the decline of AMPK in your cells. Imagine, your cells convert more fat into energy. And these cells stop storing fat in your belly. Your midsection shrinks, and your cells clean up the visceral fat underneath your skin and around your organs. You'll look in the mirror and see yourself the way you should look. You'll have the physical energy to keep up with younger friends and family, and you'll have the motivation and confidence to pursue all the things you've dreamed of. Traveling to exciting places, picking up a new hobby, even starting a new business. You'll have the health and confidence to turn dreams into reality. And the amazing thing is, this isn't impossible or even hard to do. We're blessed to live in a time where science has given all of us the power to improve our own cellular function. Your cells are yours. You've had them since birth. You own them, and you can work with them to stay young and healthy for years to come. But nobody can do it for you. If you want to unleash your body's full potential, you can't just sit there. You must act. Will you do it? Click the link below to order Active PK now and be one of the first to experience the scientific breakthrough that has changed the way we'll view health forever.
To your longevity, I'm Dr. Rand McClain, Chief Medical Officer, LCR Health.
Still here? No problem. You've probably got questions, which is very common. In fact, here's a few of the things my patients ask me most often about Active PK. Question: how many bottles should I order? The average order for new customers is 3 bottles, and that's what we recommend to start. However, because we have many repeat customers, we offer the 6-bottle package so you can take advantage of our best pricing. Question: what's in Active PK? Active PK contains berberine, quercetin, and gynostemma. These powerful ingredients have been shown to not only activate AMPK, but to activate a host of benefits for your body and your overall health. Question: how should I take Active PK? We recommend you take 2 capsules a day. To help you stay consistent, we recommend making it a habit of taking Active PK first thing in the morning. It's okay to take on an empty stomach. Our capsules are very small and very easy to swallow. Question: how long does it take to work? Everyone's body is different, and everyone has a different amount of fat in their cells when they begin taking Active PK. For that reason, it's very difficult to predict exactly when you'll begin feeling results. I can tell you that many people feel a difference in their energy levels in just the first few days. However, I usually suggest waiting 30 days for your AMPK threshold to increase to a point where you can begin seeing and feeling a difference in your body. Question: what if it doesn't work for me? Is there a guarantee? We take your health seriously, which is why we've sourced only the purest and most potent forms of every ingredient that goes into Active PK. In the unlikely event that you don't experience a near immediate improvement in your health, we do offer you a 90-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. And the last question: can I buy Active PK in stores? The answer to this one is no. We deliver active PK straight to you, the consumer, cutting out the middleman so you save money. And now with our special new customer offer, you can get active PK, the lowest possible price. Best of all, when you get active PK through this offer, you'll be grandfathered in at this price, even if we have to raise costs in the future. So what are you waiting for? Click on the button below and place your order now. And let me be the first to welcome you to the Active PK family and congratulate you on this wise decision to invest in your new, healthier life.